Hello everybody and welcome to another video, and today is a bit of a treat. Well, it is for me at least. I can't speak for all of you, but it's a treat for me because my friends over at Ward 16 have released a new track. It's a standalone track. It's a sort of bonus track, if you will, because at the moment they're in the studio recording their third album, the final part of the Psychoberry trilogy, which I'm very, very much looking forward to. You know, they've been crowdfunding it for several weeks now. Well, since I think the beginning of October, and they're going to be doing it into the beginning of November as well. So, you know, if you want to help them with that, you know, you can always pop over to their Facebook page, and you know, you can find information about it there. Because you know, they're a great band. I'm very much looking forward to that album. But anyway, whilst they're in the process of recording this, they thought, you know, they'd release a standalone track, as it were. You know, it's not part of any album. It is just a random single that they're just throwing out there. And when I say it's Ward 16, it's actually just Psychoberry the singer and Dr. von Stottenstein the guitarist in collaboration with V from Pulverise. Not a band I'm familiar with, unfortunately. But anyway, they're doing a cover of Saying It Now by Skindred. And this is a very powerful, very emotional song. Now, I first heard this, I can't think now, about 8 years ago, when I had a girlfriend. Oh, those were the days. Anyway, when I had a girlfriend, she took me to see Skindred. She was a big fan of Skindred. I'd never actually heard any of their music before. I'd heard of the band, but I'd never actually listened to their music before. So my first experience with Skindred was seeing them live. And they played this track, Saying It Now, whilst I was there, and it was a gut punch. You know, it brought me, you know, it brought me to tears. It was such a beautiful, emotional piece of music. But I will say this, when I played it live, it was quite different from the album version. I actually liked the live version more because it was more sort of acoustic. It was more sort of soft. There was something about the live performance that doesn't quite hit you in the album version. But anyway, you know, it's a beautiful piece of music. I absolutely love the song, and I love the meaning behind it. So to hear Ward 16, one of my favourite bands, and like I said, some of my friends, do a version of this is going to be amazing. Well, I'm expecting it to be amazing, because we know that Psychoberry, she has an outstanding voice. She has an exceptionally strong, powerful, beautiful voice. And, you know, Stottenstein, he's a very talented guitarist. He's a great musician. So I'm very much looking forward to this. Now, like I said, obviously it's a cover version, but I've still got the lyrics here just for the sake of it, because I still like to talk about it because of the meanings behind it. So we'll just jump into the track and see what we've got. So this is Saying It Now by Ward 16 featuring V from Pulverise. Let's have a look.
Said that I'd go see you tomorrow, but it's too late now, 'cause you're no longer here. But it's too late now, 'cause you're no longer here. I'm saying it now, but I wish I'd have said it before. Rushing back.
There you go. Saying It Now by Ward 16, or two members thereof, featuring V from Pulverise. And, you know, it's a beautiful song. And this was a very, very good rendition of it. I know for a fact that they are big fans of Skindred. They actually tried to trick Skindred into taking them on tour with them. You know, they went to see them live and, you know, asked them to sign something, and on the other side of it said, "We promised to take Ward 16 on the rest of the tour," and they'd signed it underneath. You know, apparently that, you know, Skindred thought it was really, really funny. Unfortunately, it didn't actually happen, but you know, it was a fun little gag that they played. But you know, from what I understand, this song means a lot to them. It is a beautiful song, and you know, this is a song. The meaning of this song literally impacts everyone. You know, and I'm very picky when it comes to cover versions. You know, I've done a few, you know, I've talked about a few cover versions on this channel before. One in particular, I had a very, very negative opinion on, and I was rather scathing about it, and I got a lot of hate for it. But I still stand by my opinion because I thought that they absolutely ruined the song. But other songs, you know, other versions of cover songs have been really, really good. You know, there are some cover songs that I really, really like. And I've always stood by the opinion of, if you're going to do a cover song, that's fine. If you want to put your own spin on it, that's fine. But at least respect the original. You know, at least show some kind of respect to it. Because, you know, you hear some cover versions and, you know, they might use the same lyrics, but they completely fuck up the whole thing. You know, that they chop and change it about, and they change like some of the most iconic parts of a song. You know, and I'm going to mention it. The cover version that I covered on here that I absolutely hated was Evanescence doing a cover of The Chain by Fleetwood Mac, and they absolutely butchered it. Absolutely destroyed it. You know, they took out all of the most iconic parts of the song. They put their own twist on it. That is fine. But the actual performance of the track was diabolically bad. You know, they didn't show any respect to the original piece of music, in my opinion. And I absolutely hated it. But, you know, there are other cover songs that I've got. I mean, I have a massive collection of cover songs on my computer. You know, many bands I've heard have covered many songs. You know, and you know, they do it well. They show respect to the original, and that's what they've done here. You know, they've respected the original track. You know, you can tell what song it is. That's fine. You know, but they've still managed to put a bit of themselves into it. Because, like, when it comes to, like, the chorus bit where he goes, "I'm saying it now, and I wish I'd said it before," there's a bit where he goes, "I'm saying it now, but I wish I'd said it. I'm saying it now, but I wish I'd said it." Now, in Skindred's version, there's a lot more sort of power and emphasis behind the end of that line. You know, as the line sort of comes to its end, there's a lot more emphasis. You know, when he goes, "I wish I'd said it." You know, there's real sort of power behind that. But they haven't done that here. You know, they've put their own twist on it. You know, they've done it their way, and they've approached it a bit softer, and that's fair enough. You know, because they've still respected the original track. You know, a lot when I did my analysis, shall we say, of Evanescence doing The Chain, people accused me of wanting a carbon copy of the original track. You know, it's like, why bother doing a cover version if you're going to make it exactly the same? That's not what I want. You know, I want someone to do their version of a song and respect it. Like Disturbed, The Sound of Silence. Brilliant version, absolutely stunning. I love the original. I love Disturbed's version. They've done it their way, and they've respected the original. Korn, another brick in the wall. They put their spin on it. They respected it. That's fine. But you get some cover versions which are just a diabolical mess, like The Chain by Evanescence. But again, this is just my opinion. So, I don't want a carbon copy. You do the song your way, but at least respect the original. And this is what Ward 16 have done. And V from Pulverise, I actually feel quite bad because I don't know who the band are. I know nothing about the band. Clearly a very talented drummer. We'll say that much. Now, like I said at the beginning as well, Dr. von Stottenstein, very talented musician. Those solos at the end of that track were just beautifully performed, absolutely perfect. They sounded great. And, Psychoberry again, like I said, she's got a powerful and beautiful voice, because you heard towards the end of the song, she put a lot of distortion and sort of power behind her voice right towards the end of the song. I do kind of wish maybe that there'd been a bit more of that, like in the chorus part where, like I said, Skindred normally do it. But again, like I said, they're putting their own spin on it. I can't expect, I don't want them to do an exact copy of what Skindred did, But, you could hear, there was that power, that distortion in her voice towards the end, but this is what is so great about Psychoberry's voice. She can go from that sort of beautiful, soft, melodic, sort of almost sweet, innocent sort of sound into this sort of heartbreaking sound, and then into this sort of aggressive and violent sound. Well, I wouldn't necessarily call it violent in this case, but you know what I mean. This is something that they've used to their advantage through their previous two albums, because, the previous two albums are telling the story about this sweet, innocent little girl who turns into a serial killer, so she's used that to her advantage in that sort of surrounding, so she's very good at manipulating her voice to sort of bring across the sort of emotional state that she wants in any particular given moment of a piece of music. She's very, very good at that. And like I said, those solos by the Doctor were just brilliant. They were very, you could feel the emotion in the guitar solos. It was brilliantly performed. I really liked it. Obviously, I'm assuming most people know what the song itself is about, and you could hear the lyrics very clearly throughout the track, but I'm going to talk about them anyway because they are, like I said, it's something that most people, if not everybody, will experience at some point in their life, and I know I have on a few occasions. And the actual lyrics from the Skindred version, Ward 16 missed out the first two lines, because the Skindred version opens with the lines, "Tell them that you love them while they're here, tell them while you got the chance." They didn't actually do that in this version. And it goes, "Always thought that you'd be here. I never imagined a world without you. I put off what I could do today and said I'll go see you tomorrow." What's that? Anyway, and this is, these four lines, they do actually hit me quite strong because it's something I have actually said in a manner before. Always thought that you'd be here. I never imagined a world without you. It's like the people that you love, like friends, family, loved ones, those closest to you. You sort of, throughout life, they've always been there. They've always been part of your life, so you can't imagine a world without them. You can't imagine that person not being there. I put off what I could do today and said I'll go see you tomorrow. Now this hits me. This line always hits me hard because I mentioned before, I've mentioned on many occasions, in fact, my best friend Stephen, when he took his own life, I actually bumped into him that day, And, you know, I could tell that there was something wrong. You know, I could tell he was upset, but I was running late for work. You know, so I bumped into him. I was like, "Hi, how you doing? You're right, mate. How you doing?" And he's like, "You know, I'm fine." You know, that I'm fine that you get from someone who clearly isn't. And I said, "Look, I'll talk to you later, mate. I need to go. I'm late for work." You know, and it's just that line there. I put off what I could do today and said, "I'll go see you tomorrow." Tomorrow is never promised. And that was the perfect example of it, you know, because I turned around to my friend and said, "Look, I'm late. I'll talk to you later." But I never got the chance because there was no later. Because by the time that I was free enough to talk to him, he was already gone. You know, so it's it's something that they say later on in the song. You know, you should never put off the chance to tell someone that you love them. Or, I mean, it's even those opening lines that weren't included in this version. You know, tell them that you love them while they're here. Tell them while you've got the chance. You know, because, like I said, tomorrow is not promised. You know, if you want to tell someone, you know, if there's someone that you love, tell them how much they mean to you. Tell them how important they are to you. Because there's every chance that that might be the last chance. Whether, you know, that person might get in an accident, you might get in an accident, and you might never get the chance to speak to that person again. But at least they'll know. So, you know, it's... You've got to let people you love and care about know how much they mean to you, how important they are to you, while you have the chance. You know, because you don't want to die with the regret of never telling them. You don't want to leave them with the question hanging over their heads. Because it's all very well saying they know, but do they? Do they know just how important they are? I mean, when my uncle died last year, did he know how important he was to me? Because, I mean, that man literally saved my life. You know, I was at the bottom of the darkest time of my life, and he saved me. He saved my life. But did I ever tell him that? Did I ever let him know just how important he was to me, just how much he mattered, and what he did for me? I don't know. I don't know if he knows how important he was and how much he helped me. I don't know if he realizes that he saved my life. So I've got that question hanging over my head. Did he know? The moment the moments before he died, did he know how important he was to me? And this is the thing, you don't want those questions hanging over your head. So you tell the people that you care about how important they are. And that's what this whole song is about. Because he says, but it's too late now because you're no longer here. It's too late now, you're no longer here. You know, I can't tell them now. It's too late for me to tell them how important they are to me because, you know, they've gone. You know, and, you know, the chorus says, I'm saying it now, but I wish I'd said it before. You know, it's all very well saying it now. You know, you can say just how much you love someone. You can say how important someone is to you, but if they're not there to hear that, to know just how important they are, is it... You know, it's all very well saying it now, but will it have had? It doesn't have the same impact as if you actually told that person directly. You don't want it to be too late to tell someone how much they matter to you, how important they are to you. I sit here crying in this room with memories rushing back of you. So many chances now I blew. There was a million times I could have said I love you. But it's too late now, 'cause you're no longer here. But it's too late now, you're no longer here. So again, you know, I sit here crying in this room with memories rushing back of you. So, you're now sitting alone in a room, just thinking about this person that you've lost. All those regrets of the fact that you couldn't say, or that you didn't say what they meant to you. It says there, so many a chance now I blew. You know, you throughout your lifetime, you have had millions of opportunities to tell the people closest to you how important they are to you. Yeah, but have you actually taken the time to do that? Have you ever just sat there and gone to your brother, sister, mother, father, aunt, uncle, granddad, grandfather, whoever? Have you ever just sat there and gone, I love you? Have you ever turned around to them and gone, you mean the world to me? You're really important to me. Have you ever just sat there and said that to someone? You might have written it in a birthday card, you might have written it in a Christmas card, but have you ever actually looked at someone in the eye and said to them just how important they are? Because it's important that you do. Because otherwise, if and when that person eventually goes, would you sit there going, I wish I'd had the chance to tell them just how important they are. I wish I had the chance to tell them how much I love them, because you did have that chance, but you always put it off, thinking that I'll tell them tomorrow. But tomorrow was too late because you ran out of chances. So it's important that you take that chance. Then, of course, it goes into the chorus. I'm saying it now, but I wish I'd said it before. I'm saying it now, but I wish I'd said it before. I'm saying it now, but I wish I said it. I'm saying it now, but I wish I'd said it. I'm saying it now, but I wish I'd said it before. Said it before. There is no remedy that can entwine. Each day it cripples me, that is my crime. Never again, 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 again. Never again, 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 again. So that, there's no, that person's gone. He can't now say to, I say he because I keep referring to it as if it's Skindred, but, the Ward 16 version, there's no remedy that can entwine. So, there's that point, it's like, it's too late. There's nothing I can do about it now. I can't let that person know how much I care about them. I can't tell them how much I love them because they're not here to listen to it. Each day it cripples me, and that's my crime. This person is now kicking themselves. They're now cursing themselves. For the fact that they never took the opportunity to tell someone how much they loved them, how much they cared about them, and that's their crime. They now feel guilty over that fact. I had every chance. I had years of opportunity to tell these people just how important they are to me. But I didn't take it. And now I've lost the chance to do it. And I'm never going to be able to do it. No matter how much I say it now, they're never going to hear it. So, did that person die knowing how much they meant to me? And it says there, never again, 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 again. So it's like, I'm not going to make that mistake again. I've made that mistake with this person. I'm not going to make that mistake again. I'm not going to let another person I love go without them knowing just how important they are to me. And, like I said, this is something that I think would impact everybody at least once in their lives. And like I say, it's something that's impacted me a few times. Whether it's been the fact I haven't had the chance to speak to that person, because maybe they lived a long way away, it's just making excuses, with this wonderful thing we've got called the internet. You know, we can speak to people over the other side of the bloody planet. So really, there's no excuse. You know, so I mean, yeah, you can't even make an allowance for an unexpected one. You know, when you speak to someone, just let them know how important they are to you. Like, because I lost my best friend Steve, and I said, look, I can't talk now. I'm late for work. I'll talk to you later. Did I tell him how much he meant to me? Did I let him know that he was my best friend at that moment of our parting? No, I didn't. And that's something that I regret. And I regret not taking the time to stop to talk to him at that moment. Who gives a fuck if I was late to work? He was in trouble. He needed me. And that's something that always hangs over my head. My uncle. I'd like to think he knew. Because, I mean, in the month leading up to his death, I was essentially looking after him. We were living in a hotel for 6 months, and I was doing pretty much everything. I was taking care of overseeing the house getting rebuilt. I was going out and doing like errands for them. I was helping my mum and my uncle. I'd like to think that he knew that I cared about him, how much he meant to me. And I'd like to think he knew how important he was to me because he saved my life. I'd like to think I let him know that. But I'm still not sure if I did. And then there's my friend Lauren, who I spoke about on this channel a few years ago, who took her own life because of an abusive relationship. And I mean, she really helped me as well. When I was homeless, she offered me a place to live. And she struggled with mental health illnesses. And I'd actually messaged her not long before it happened, and asked her if she wanted to meet up for coffee when she was next in town. And she said she was going to, and and I'm pretty sure I let her know that I cared about her, because I said to her, because I knew she was going through a hard time, I said, look, are you okay? Do you want to talk? Can we meet up? Can we have a cup of coffee or something? Just meet up, chat. If you need to let something off, I like to think that I let her know that I cared about her before ultimately she passed. And this is a question you don't want hanging over your head. You want to be certain that when you go your separate way from someone, that they know just how important they are to you. This got pretty deep, didn't it? And got pretty But it is something I do feel passionately about. It's something I think is very important. And like I said, when I first heard this song, saying it now, when I first heard Skindred perform this song, I was in tears. It was a beautiful piece of music. It's a beautiful song. And, this was a very good version of it. Like I said, they took a great song, they did their version of it, they put their own little bit of a twist on it, made it theirs, but they respected the original. And I respect that. That, to me, is a good cover. But, yeah. I think we got a bit deep and whatnot there, so I think I'll stop there and leave it at that. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please consider giving it a like and a subscribe, because that would really help me out. That would really help the channel out. Because at the moment, I think only about 9.5% of people watching my videos are actually subscribed. And, I spend a lot of time making these videos. I put a lot of effort into it. I like to think I'm doing something not necessarily drastically different, but different to other reactors, because most reactors just listen to a piece of music and go, oh, I like it, or I didn't like that very much. I like to think that I'm doing something different because I'm talking about the song. I'm talking about the music. I mean, I'm diving in depth into what the song is about. And I don't think there's any other reactors that actually do that. You might get the occasional one who mentions a little bit about the song. They might talk about the actual theme of the song at some point. But I don't think many people actually dive into it to try and understand it. And I want to introduce people to music maybe they've not heard before. I want to maybe help people who don't understand heavy metal understand it a bit better. But if people don't like and subscribe to my videos, no one's seeing them. They're just sort of disappearing. The algorithm is sort of going, well, nobody's watching this, so we're going to hide it. And, that's quite disheartening because I've been doing this for about 5 years now. And, people just aren't liking and subscribing, and my videos are getting lost in the ether. People are going, oh, I see you did a video on such and such a band. I'd been waiting for that, and it's like 3 months since I'd actually uploaded that video, and they have only just found it because it got buried. So if you could like and subscribe, it really, really would help me out. It takes a fraction of a second. It doesn't cost you anything, and yeah, it would really, really help me out. So if you could, pretty please. But anyway, that's all I've got for you today. Thank you all very, very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.